Uncover the secrets to a seamless move to San Antonio, Texas. From the must-know do's to the crucial don'ts, this video is your guide to a smooth transition to the Lone Star State, so make sure you stay tuned. The absolute first step to relocating to San Antonio, Texas is do your research. Guys, YouTube is a search engine, so you did amazing stopping here first. Nobody wants to live in a bad spot in San Antonio, Texas, so make sure you do your research on different safe and dangerous neighborhoods in the area so you know what to avoid and what to look for. Safety is key. It's absolutely essential to make sure you keep in a safe neighborhood. Check the sex offender registry, check the crime maps, make sure you're comfortable with the area so that way you and your children are safe. If you have children, one of the most crucial things to research is the schools in the area. So quality matters and may mean the difference between your child learning or even being bullied. But don't worry, there is a number of highly rated public schools as well as private schools in San Antonio, Texas that you may like. Since you're in the middle of the research process of your potential move to San Antonio, Texas, if you have any questions that aren't answered on this channel, feel free to reach out to me, text, call, anytime. It could be a really good idea to compile a list of both your needs and your wants. Now, we got to be realistic, okay? San Antonio is no utopia, but sometimes you have to sacrifice something to get a little bit more of something else. An example of this could be purchasing a more expensive home, but to get a better school district for your children. Which brings me to the next do. Do determine the location that you want to live in San Antonio, Texas. So since you're planning on moving here, make sure you do your research on my channel of the different suburbs and neighborhoods in San Antonio, Texas. And before we move forward, if you like this video so far, make sure you click that like button. Location, 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 guys. You don't want to live somewhere that you're not going to like, that you're not going to feel safe in. It is important to be mindful of the drive from your place of work to your home. Some people can handle the 30, 40, 50-minute drives. Others can't. Next on our list is housing. Do choose if you want to rent or if you want to buy. First, let's talk rent. Typically here in San Antonio, you will need at least a few weeks of pay stubs and need to make 2 to 3 times the rent with a certain credit score to be approved. Now, this will vary with each landlord and property management company. The average rent here in San Antonio is at $1,800 per month, but we have a wide variety of prices to fit everybody's wants and needs. Now let's talk about buying a home. If you're looking to buy a home, I recommend looking between 40 to 60 days out to leave room for corrections as needed. The minimum credit score required to buy a home right now is typically around 620. This varies with different builders and how much assets you have in the bank as well. San Antonio has a lot of amazing offers for home buyers right now, covering down payments, closing costs, even free interest rate buydowns, and many other incentives. Get with me if you're looking to take advantage of these. When you buy a home, it typically takes about 30 days to close. Sometimes there's situations where it's a little bit sooner, others a little bit later. So this is very important to factor this time period in if you're looking to move here and buy a home. Since you're already looking to relocate to San Antonio, now might be a great time to tell you that I'm a local realtor here in the area. If you're looking to buy or get pre-approved to buy a home, go ahead and contact me right here at my number. And on to the next do on our list is do plan for the weather here in San Antonio. Texas can be absolutely hot. The highs are reaching into the 110s in the summer, but averaging into the high 90s or even low 100s in the last few years in San Antonio, Texas that I've been here. Winters can be in the 30s and the 40s. It's not often that it drops below that temperature. And heck, it's even rare that it snows here. When I moved to San Antonio, Texas, I was coming from upstate New York, where it is super cold, tons of snow, so I loved it down here. If you're coming from a cold state, you will think the summers are rough and the winters are absolutely nothing compared to where you came from. So make sure you bring the necessary clothes to dress in this type of weather. Texas can also have some heavy rain occasionally, with the average rainfall is about 33 inches. Be mindful of some of the roads here in San Antonio when it rains pretty hard. Some of the roads here can flood and can make driving pretty dangerous. Since you're potentially going to be moving to San Antonio, Texas, do plan for the healthcare. So make sure you get your healthcare set up wherever you plan on moving to here in Texas, whether it's San Antonio, Austin, Houston, Dallas, or even another state. It's pretty important that you get a new primary care physician set up into a clinic so that way you ain't going without healthcare. You'd hate to be the last minute trying to get it situated and you need a doctor's appointment. Who knows when the next available appointments might be. You might just get stuck even going to the emergency room or waiting for multiple hours to get something taken care of. Now, I'm sure it's a problem nationwide, but childcare. Do plan on childcare. Childcare is absolutely expensive, guys. It could be between $200 to $250 per week per child. The availability in daycares can also be pretty hard to find. Sometimes you're left calling other daycares that are further out than your comfort zone for driving. If for some reason you can't get a childcare center, you might want to look into getting a babysitter. There's a lot of babysitter groups here in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm sure one of them might be able to help you out. Make sure you get some references and maybe check the group to see if they've been recommended before or even have bad reviews about them. Make sure you do your research. If you're like me, you might not be very trusting of other individuals with your children, so make sure you get some references to call. Do let your bank and credit card companies know that you might be relocating to San Antonio. A lot of banks and credit card companies have fraud protection, so if you spend above a certain amount anywhere other than your home state, they might suspect something. I mean, this is great for security if something was actually happening. But since it's you, it's going to be a huge inconvenience for you, and it's going to be typically really annoying. It can be an absolute pain getting a hold of your company. Sometimes you're on hold for minutes or even hours. So let's just make sure we let them know ahead of time that you plan on traveling outside the state so this does not happen. So if you've liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe right here. If you're looking to relocate to San Antonio, Texas, I would love to help you out. Go ahead and give me a call or text anytime. Thanks for watching.